2024, Pew Research conducted a survey of Catholics in 6 South American countries in the United States, asking about support for artificial birth control and women's ordination to the priesthood. And according to the results of the survey, of all 7 countries, an average of 76% said that the church should permit the use of artificial birth control. Furthermore, the average of all 7 countries said that 65% believe that the Catholic Church should allow women to be ordained as priests. That's more than half. You have a situation where the Catholic Campaign for Human Development has distributed an estimated $280 million to Marxist pro-abortion, pro-LGBT, and contraceptive spreading organizations since its founding in 1969. In 2019, a poll conducted by the Public Religion Research Institute found that 68% of U.S. Catholics are, quote, more supportive of transgender rights. And the poll averaged support for rights like transgender serving in the military, being allowed to use their preferred bathrooms, and serving as elementary school teachers. And then in 2023 to 2024, Religion Landscape Studies conducted a poll that showed that 74% of Catholics in the United States believe that homosexuality should be accepted by society, which is up 16 points from the 58% indicated in 2007. And the same study indicates that 70% of Catholics support same-sex marriage, which is up 13 points from the numbers indicated in 2014.
But this here says Catholics were asked if a fellow Catholic could do or believe the following things and still be a good Catholic. Share who said yes. So if 80% of Catholics said you could be a good Catholic even if you don't go to Mass, 83% of Catholics said you could still be a good Catholic if you're using birth control. 64% of Catholics said you could still be a good Catholic if you're not following the teaching on abortion. 45% said you can still be a Catholic if you reject transubstantiation, and 34% said you can reject the resurrection and still be a good Catholic. These are insane numbers.
Yep.
It's just nuts. But it was, it did culminate during the Francis pontificate. So yeah, it's like it's going along with every single stat you were just talking about.
So, that's really kind of the problem. And this points to the SSPX's point, which is there is a crisis, and there's absolutely a crisis. And instead of focusing on the problems that are going to lead souls to hell, what are they looking at? Well, we need to have more inclusivity with women. We need to give women more positions of authority within the church because we just don't have enough there. What? How is that going to fix anything, for one thing? Second of all, whose soul is that going to save? Thirdly, how are you going to focus on this and have nothing to say about those who are out there parading through the streets with hammer and sickle flags saying that we need to have a communist revolution to impose socialist ideologies throughout the country? I don't understand how they can how can they possibly look in the mirror and take themselves seriously? And how are we supposed to take them seriously when they approach things that way?